me, look at, we have this beautiful farm. You know, we've been driving for about, 300 miles since we left the Twin Cities, and I really didn't know there's this many farms that were still family owned. So that's exciting, okay? We are down here, we're going to the Amana colonies. Here's our little map of what we get to go. We are here, we're going to start to get into the Amana colonies. Were settled by some German settlers a couple hundred years ago, and they lived collectively. They still have a, we'll find out as we go. 151 and East 80, in the middle of Iowa, okay? So, Amana in German means to remain faithful. So the question is, who are the people who came here? Where did they come from? Why did they start this community? And how long did it last for? That's what we want to find out. Welcome to the Amana colonies. Hi, we're outside the Noe House. This is one of the original houses in the Amana colonies. The Amana colonies, the people were from Germany, they landed in New York, and then they came looking for farmland. They sent out 4 scouts in the mid-1800s, and they found this land, about 26,000 acres in Iowa. So that's the who part of it. So let's look at what they built. And this is Sandy, who runs the Noe House Antique Shop here.
The Noe House was actually 2 homes. There were 2 brothers. One built a home on this end, and the other built a home on the other end. And then eventually they bricked the 2 together, and that, even though the inside of that is cut up into different rooms right now, that used to be all open living, and they did worship service and quilting, and several generations from the families would live in the same house. So, and you know, they all ate their meals together, and they did everything together.
So it was a communal way of living.
It was a communal way of living. And then inside of our house in the basement is the what we call it the red cellar, the wine cellar.
Oh, sure.
That's a bunker type underneath, and they kept all of their canning in there. In the wintertime, they did their bathing and their laundry in there. But then on the south side is what's called the wash house, and that's attached to when you go out the back.
We'll go look at it. Yeah.
And it has a limestone base with a wood top, and then this outside, the brick that you see on the outside was actually made here at the Amana Brick Factory. And they made hard brick and they made soft brick, and the hard brick were used on the exterior walls, and the soft brick was used on the interior walls.
Wow. Okay.
Should
we go inside?
Sure.
Let's go inside. Okay.
They still save their food and store their food, do their laundry in the winter time. They keep their water there for laundry and bathing. And then you can just imagine this line with crocks and jars and big crocks of sauerkraut and big tubs full of sausage packed with sawdust and carrots and apples and potatoes. Wow. Even though this is newer shelving, if you can imagine just how they had to preserve to get through the winter. Right. Again, you'll see there's limestone foundation. Yeah. So, dropping the wood through the windows here to heat their fire. So well laid out. Yes.
Hi. Well, right here, kids, is the Amana Furniture Shop. It's the original building. Everybody who lived in the community had a certain job. So some people worked at the furniture shop. A little further down the road is the woolen factory. And the woolen factory, it's the original building, still there. They now make things for sale, of course, but some people in the community would be working in the milling shop, okay? I'm going to turn to my right, and there's more original buildings right here. We've got the Candle Works building. And then we have someone's home right behind here. So it's pretty interesting. I was kind of surprised by all the cars. And then I got to think back to the 1850s when you had 1,600 people here living in community and working as a group. Some people, they told me, didn't even have kitchens. There was communal kitchens that you went to. All this changed in 1932. You guys know, and girls know, what all that was happening in America was with the Depression. And so at that time, they needed to figure out how they were going to keep making some money here. Some people didn't like the rigid rules of the community, and they had to figure out what they were going to do with the money. So it started to go for profit then. Wow, times change, huh? Now you can see that it's owned by a company, and they decide which groups can come in, what they can sell, what they can't sell, all sorts of stuff, huh? But it looks like we got the toys here. Here's the Schnitzenbank candy, ice cream, cards, and toys. This was the original Candlework building though too. So, believe it or not, we're in one of the 7 buildings here, or one of the 7 colonies, excuse me. We are going to be heading down to one of the other colonies here pretty soon. Trying to get you a picture down the road here of there's the original woolen mill, okay? So they had some good trades, and apparently everybody learned a skill, and that was their contribution to the community, and they would pass that down with the apprenticeship form. Okay, so we've got really something of the old and the new, huh? The old buildings, the old lifestyle, and the new, with the new corporation running the Amana colonies, and all these cars here. We saw police earlier, motorcycles. It's a big tourist area now. So times change, but the community still goes on. Alrighty, Liz Curran signing off. We're heading to Kelowna. Kelowna down the road is a real Amish community. And look at this though, isn't this something? You can see why the settlers wanted this land here. It is something else.